We humans, we talk about love constantly, don't we? It's everywhere, in songs, movies, poems.
Absolutely. It's central to our experience.
But actually studying it scientifically, this seems to have lagged behind a bit, like we left it to the poets.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And it leads us right into today's deep dive, Harry F. Harlow's really pivotal 1958 paper, The Nature of Love.
1958, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harlow steps in. What was the thinking about love, like, in psychology back then?
Well, the dominant idea, was basically drive theory.
Drive theory.
Yeah, the idea that our behavior is mostly driven by basic needs like hunger, so affection, love. That was seen as something secondary, learned.
Learned how?
The theory was infants get attached to whoever feeds them. Simple as that. Food satisfies hunger, a primary drive, so you bond with the food source.
Okay, so love is basically a side effect of getting dinner.
Pretty much. But Harlow, he noticed something in his lab, something that didn't quite fit that picture.
Right, with the baby monkeys he was already working with.
Exactly. For other studies, they had these neonatal monkeys raised without their real mothers. And he saw they got incredibly attached to these soft cloth pads they used on the cage floors.
Just pads, like blankets?
Yeah, just simple cloth pads. They'd cling to them. And if the researchers took the pads out for cleaning, the monkeys got really, really distressed.
Huh. Kind of like a kid with a security blanket, maybe. It's not feeding them.
Precisely. That observation made Harlow think, wait a minute, maybe it's not all about the milk. Maybe there's something else going on here.
So that led to the famous experiments, the surrogate mothers.
Yes, that's where he really dug in. He created two types of artificial mothers. One was just a figure made of wire mesh, cold, hard.
Okay.
The other was basically the same wire structure, but covered in soft terry cloth, much more cuddly,
Got it. Wire mother, cloth mother. So how did we test the feeding idea?
This was the clever part. For some infant monkeys, the wire mother had the milk bottle attached. For others, the cloth mother did.
Ah, okay. So he separated the food source from the cuddliness.
Exactly. And if the old drive theory was right, the monkey should stick with whoever provided the milk, yeah.
Right. They should prefer the one with the bottle.
But that's absolutely not what happened. It was, well, pretty dramatic, actually.
Really? What did they do?
Overwhelmingly, the baby monkeys spent far, far more time clinging to the soft cloth mother.
Even if the wire mother was the one feeding them?
Even then, they'd maybe go to the wire mother quickly for milk, but then they'd hustle right back to the cloth mother for comfort. Hours and hours spent just clinging to the cloth.
Wow. So contact comfort, that feeling of softness, it was more important for bonding than the actual food.
That's what the results screamed. It fundamentally challenged that whole idea that love is just learned through feeding. Harlow famously said, "Man cannot live by milk alone. Love needs more than a bottle."
He also had groups with just one type of mother, right?
Yeah, control groups. Monkeys raised only with a wire mother. Well, they survived physically. Harlow called the wire mother biologically adequate, but psychologically, not so much. They even had digestive issues, softer stools, suggesting stress.
Okay, so the comfort wasn't just nice, it was actually needed for well-being. Did this comfort also translate into, like, feeling safe?
Good question. And yes, Harlow tested that too. He'd introduce something scary, like a noisy mechanical toy bear.
Okay, standard scary lab stuff.
All right. And when both mothers were present, guess which one the terrified infant monkey ran to?
It has to be the cloth one.
Every single time. Didn't matter who fed them. They sought refuge and security from the soft cloth mother. The wire mother offered basically zero reassurance in scary situations.
Makes total sense. You want a hug, not a wireframe, when you're scared. Did this security affect anything else, like exploring?
It did. He used what he called the open field test, basically putting the monkey in a strange new room. If the cloth mother was there, the infant would first cling to her, but then, using her as a kind of home base, it would start to venture out and explore the room. It felt secure enough because she was there.
A secure base. That sounds familiar, like later attachment theories.
Exactly. This was foundational, but if the cloth mother wasn't there, the monkey just froze. Panicked, crouched, cried, total distress.
And the wire mother in the room didn't help.
Nope. Having the wire mother present made almost no difference compared to being completely alone. No secure base effect at all.
Wow. So comfort equals security equals confidence to explore. It's all linked. Did this bond last?
He checked that too. Even after periods of separation, when the monkeys were put back in the open field, they'd immediately run to the cloth mother and cling tightly. The preference was really persistent.
It sounds like this 1958 work just completely shifted things. It wasn't about food drives. It was about this fundamental need for, well, contact, for comfort and security.
Precisely. It provided solid experimental evidence for something that maybe seems intuitive now, but flew in the face of the dominant psychological theories back then. It opened the door to studying love and affection scientifically.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How something as simple as touch, as comfort, is so incredibly powerful in shaping our earliest emotional bonds. Groundbreaking stuff back in 58.
Absolutely. And it underlines a basic need for connection that, goes way beyond just getting our physical needs met. A lesson that still resonates today.